That's fine. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. We've got the final run of the day, what you've all been waiting for. You all came to see the Ryebread himself, Sauciness's brother.
Y'all.
By the way, how did you get the name Sauce? You know what? We'll get to that. But yeah, this is going to be a really exciting run. Of course, we all know Ryan Ryebread. He's been doing this. We've been doing this since the beginning. So it's cool to have him anchor the whole thing and kind of get things started.
I see you've switched wardrobe.
I did, yes. So I was manifesting, a good run for James, and it worked. So I thought I had to do the same for my good buddy Ryan. I had to dig this out of the laundry.
Nice.
Let me know if I start smelling. I'll go get some deodorant. But yeah, it should be a good time. I'm excited to see it. I've heard he's got some new strats.
New techniques.
Do you know anything about that?
No, I don't. I'm excited to see what he's got in store for us.
And full disclosure, he does have one mulligan for his big skip that he has at like 20 minutes into the run. So 20 minutes into the run, he's going to attempt this sort of bomb jump that allows him to skip. Do you know how many? It's like 5 minutes, right?
Yeah, it's like a huge chunk of time. But if he messes up, it ends the run completely.
Yeah.
He gets stuck. And
so we've allowed him to have one failure.
One mess up.
Yeah. If he fails that one, then he gets to try again. And then I guess if he doesn't get it, I don't know what he wants to do. But
well, he's got a backup strat
okay.
Which is much safer.
Yeah.
But takes a little bit longer.
Okay. Cool. Well, I think with that, we're going to get right into it. Transition over to the screen over here. All right.
The last run of the event.
And you can fix the chroma key just a little bit if you want while we're commentating. But yeah, excited to see this one, and let's hope for a good PB at least, or a good run at the very least.
And if I'm not mistaken, it's also the 37th birthday of Metroid.
Is it?
I believe so.
My shirt's disappeared. I'm a floating head.
Oh.
It's hilarious.
A ghosty ghoul.
Honestly, I kind of dig it. So, just kidding. But yeah, 37th anniversary.
I believe so.
Today?
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
all the manifestation.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boogity, 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 boogity.
All right, we're getting started. So in this first split, we have Escape. We know where Samus notoriously loses everything that she remembers.
It's not a Metroid game without it.
Yeah, I don't know what that's all about, but possible 6-second time save here. So not a whole lot of time. It seems like Ryan's got this pretty optimized. And why wouldn't you? It's the first split of your run. It's kind of, usually the easiest, and then it's the one you practice the most.
Let's go for a quick scan dash. Nice. Don't worry about that.
That is my dog, who is crazy. Anyway. Sorry. Broke the immersion. Anyway, yeah. I don't really know much about what happens here. It's been a long time. I recently played the remastered version of this game and beat it. But I can't honestly say that I remember too much of the
story-wise?
Story-wise, and then room to room, because a lot of the game is backtracking. And
yeah. It's not Metroidvania without it being backtracking, so
it's hard for me to know exactly where we are sometimes, but you'll have to fill us in on the lore.
Well, essentially, Samus has gotten a distress signal from this destroyed frigate, and she's gone to investigate. After, I believe it takes place after Zero Mission, so with the events of Zebes and all of that, so Samus is trying to track down remaining space pirates as well as Ridley.
Right.
And so that brings...
You can play the game with the fusion suit, right?
That it was an option in this one, yeah. You should totally do that.
I should. Can you do it in the remaster?
I don't think you can. I don't think they brought that over.
That would be cool.
And I think you take, just like in Fusion, you take extra damage with it, so it's a little harder.
Oh, that is pretty cool. Alright, so we're at 2:30. I don't know if things are looking good or not. It seems like standard navigation. But like he's moving and grooving well. I know he's feeling pretty I would say he's feeling pretty confident.
Just standing there staring at it. It's like, what do I do?
Worse than a stormtrooper, honestly.
Oh, and he missed too.
Oh, yeah.
The turn trigger did the same thing.
Yeah.
All right, the first boss of the... So he's scanning this one so that after the scan he can immediately lock onto the face, and that does extra damage whenever you hit the face instead of the body.
Well, and he has super missiles right now, right?
No, it's just regular missiles, but he's doing the instantaneous missile trick. So when you fire a missile and you press the power beam, you can just rapidly spam, because usually there's a lag time between missiles.
Yeah.
But with that trick, you can just shoot as many as you want.
That sounds pretty technical, actually.
And now we have the classic Metroid escape.
Oh my gosh, we gotta get out of here. It'd be a shame
7
if
minutes.
we lost all of our powers.
Oh no. What would I do?
We know what time he usually gets out of here in, like, time-wise.
Oh, with the bottom time?
Yeah.
I believe probably like 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
Doesn't take too long. They're pretty lenient about how much time to get out.
Yeah. Just moving. James's run, I don't know if you were listening, but like when he is using like the wing power, like he looks like the bird, we call like stuff that when he's moving around, we call it birduvement.
Birduvement.
So then we gave another one for the jet, and we called it jetuvement. So we need one for Ryan now.
Okay.
So we got to think of something.
Nice.
Some movement.
Some movement. Maybe with morph ball, something.
Beloovement. Morphuvement.
Morphuvement.
Also, I noticed he seemed to be pretty pleased with the first boss that he fought. I guess he did pretty fast.
Yeah, it was a really quick succession there. That thing scared the heck out of me when I first played this game. I was a little kid. And
Can
I was
it
like,
kill you? Can you die? I, guess
I think it can do damage to you.
Yeah.
So.
It's probably really hard to die unless you just run out of time.
Yeah. Alright folks, get ready for the one and only time you'll see the grapple beam be used. This is the only time that Ryan will use it in this run, because you will not get it.
Wow, that's hilarious.
Yep.
Really savor the moment.
Really, yeah, and he does it twice, so it's really special. Classic Ridley. Always messing things up. Oh,
One.
Two. Great. It's beautiful.
All right, that's it. That's
Goodbye,
all
grapple beam.
Save a clip, whatever you need to do.
Clip it. Yep. Oh, here comes our special moment.
Oof. Oh, we lost all of our powers.
Oh,
Oh no. Every time. You think Samus would...
Yeah, you think she would just duck or move out of the way.
Each gets captured, Samus loses her powers.
Samus loses her power.
Superman gets weakened by kryptonite. Everything.
I like how he doesn't even need to look where he's going. He's just
running backwards.
running backwards.
Is it faster? I guess to turn around it takes time.
Yeah, I guess so.
Go Ryan, go! Much excite. Thanks, Libby.
All right.
Little
Bit
slow.
over, but
That's not bad. It's still a pretty good split.
4 seconds is easy to make up. So
We even have like a distribution, like some sort of standard deviation thing, but you know, I think it says the worst time is 7:13, so we did better than the worst.
yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
Next, we've got Charge Beam split. So I guess, as the name states, he's going to be getting
The charge beam.
But I guess, he's going to be doing the infamous scan dash jump at the beginning,
Yep.
which when he first started running this game, it was very difficult for him, and it took him a long time to get. But now I think he's a seasoned veteran and just yeets over there, just like that.
Easy.
We'll give a clap for that. That enables him to get the charge beam, or no, not charge beam. This boots.
Yeah, the space jump boots.
Yeah, which you're not supposed to get for a very long
Yeah.
time.
You need to get like morph ball and boost ball
Yeah.
until you get that. But
That's
this,
a nice. Yeah, that allows you to do a lot.
Yeah, it's detrimental for the speedrun.
Yeah.
You need it.
Man, when that was discovered, that must have been like huge.
Yeah. Oh, I see he's trying to do some R jumps, quick R jumps. Basically, whenever Samus goes to grab her arm cannon, and it will cause her to keep all momentum that she had on her first jump.
Right.
Which means that when he goes into the next jump, it carries over, and therefore can go further. And he's going to be using that to get to places that he can't reach without having a different route.
Right. That's pretty cool. Livy asked, "Are you able to get the space boots that fast in the Switch version?"
No.
Yeah, because you can't make that jump.
Yeah, you can't do scan dashing in the Switch or in the Wii version with the trilogy. They also got rid of that.
No fun allowed. I've always wondered why, like, they patch out things like that. Only like 1% of the population is gonna do that.
They
anyway.
just don't like fun.
Yeah. Well, we got a quick missile tank there.
Missile tank, which allows Ryan to completely skip the missile boss.
Oh.
Yeah. And then
That's right, because it's any percent. Duh.
Yeah.
You know how long the 100% is of this game?
For the speed run? I'm not too sure.
That'd be interesting to know the gap. Because Banjo, it's like, well, at one point, Banjo would be like an hour 30, because you still had to get like most of the stuff. But I think they got it under an hour now, which is kind of crazy. There's a bunch of clips and stuff. Morph ball acquired.
Well, usually with the run that Ryan is doing, he usually gets about 40% of the items, I think.
Yeah, that's still a pretty good chunk.
So I think maybe an extra 30 minutes would do the 100%
Yeah,
time.
there's no way you can get to the end of the game with minimal items.
Yeah.
Also, morph ball already.
Yep, just
Space
like that.
boots.
And Morph Ball moves slightly faster than just regular walking does, so he's going to use that any opportunity he can. Flip onto the tree.
You were saying something earlier about like instant morph ball or something.
Oh yeah, so there's going to be a trick that we're going to see hopefully a couple times to usually, so just like that, there's a little cutscene that plays when Samus goes from being in Morph Ball to standing up. But if the camera is in a locked position and can't move, then it will just instantly cut to Samus standing up, and therefore it gets rid of a whole second.
Oh.
So yeah, it's a whole second of a trick, but you know, every second counts.
Yeah.
Yep.
Watch him PB by 1 second.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because of that.
Yeah.
So every time he does that, I'm going to give a little cheer for him. Quick little missile grab.
So how many missiles does he... I'm going to be asking you a lot of questions, because I feel like you know a little bit more about the nuances, but do you know how many missiles he ends up with at the end?
can't remember the total number. I think he grabs close to 8 missile expansions, and each one gives you 5.
So 40, yeah.
So he might have like 40.
Yeah. You're also not supposed to be here either. I don't think this early.
Go do a nice scan dash.
Nice.
Yep, and there's our charge beam with 24 seconds faster.
Wow, that's a gold split.
That was
gold
there
split.
We go, nicely done.
Which means he saved, oh geez, a lot of time.
Yeah, that was huge.
20 seconds plus another 20 seconds. No, 28 seconds. 24 seconds. Math. Basically, somewhere around
a lot of
seconds.
time.
Yeah,
a lot of time. Go do some clips. All right, so now he has to shoot. I guess that'd be yeah. He has to shoot the missile door.
Oh.
Because if he doesn't, the run will be over. You'll see why in a future moment, but that will be very important for the run.
So he shoots that door, and then the run is over if he doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. If he just forgets it. So
yeah, if he forgets or misses. He almost did forget it because he went up, and then he had to go back down. Oh, chance for instant unmorph here. Nope.
Nope.
Fortunate.
So if he misses the door, how's that?
He does get to a point to where he has to go back and he has to go into that room, and the state he would be in, he cannot use missiles,
Yeah.
and therefore the door cannot be opened. And he needs to.
Does he only have one missile?
No, it's just that he will be in a morph ball state.
I see.
And using a future technique that we'll see, it'll be unable for him to unmorph at that time. This should be the boss for the bombs item.
The hornet's nest is guarding the power bombs, because that makes sense.
It's funny because there's an item called flamethrower in this game, and the machine that is using a flamethrower is not the item for it.
You ever think about like the Metroid world that they're in here? Like, this is just a room that exists, and fire just spins in it when somebody walks in. That's the room.
Yeah, that's all you need. There's also
And there's just hornets,
Yes.
just chilling in it. That's the room.
That's all the room needs.
Somebody made that room for that purpose.
There's a lot of rooms in the Metroid universe that it just doesn't make sense. You're like, as a
Canonically,
as
you're
a
like,
game, yeah,
oh.
sure, but as like a world, you're like, why?
All right, we got Morph Ball.
26 seconds ahead.
Oh, I didn't even notice he split.
Yeah.
Doing real good then.
Oh yeah, he's killing it right now.
Yeah, he did have some time to save there. Flaagra, he gold split last time, so if he gold splits again, that'd be even better. But I think his split was pretty fast. I don't know why, but this room was confusing.
Yeah, I didn't understand it either.
Man, so good. Oh, the space jump boots gets you so far, because you definitely need that for this part.
Oh yeah.
And he's only like 16 minutes in the freaking game. Oh, that means Artifact of the Wild is where does he not have that split? Oh, that's the final split. I always felt this was an out of place boss, especially for bombs. Yeah, the hornets. It was like, this is a really weird place. I thought the same thing. Yeah.
Doesn't make sense. Just gotta get a
Oh, that was nice. Backwards jump.
another missile expansion.
That's like what, 3 or 4?
Yeah, I think that was his third one.
Almost halfway through. Oh, but yeah, I was gonna say we're coming up on the Artifact of the Wild split, where he makes the
Life or death.
yeah, the run killer jump. So we're hoping for that to be successful. Otherwise,
Especially with the time saves he's got
Yeah.
right now, that'll be huge.
yeah, that's a good point too. No pressure. Hope he can't hear us.
Commentators.
Does he
curse.
look worried? You know, use your. You've known him for a long time. Is he?
Yeah, he looks focused right now.
Jigglypuff's just chilling.
Oh, instant unmorph.
Nice.
Let's go. That's a
yeah,
whole
you didn't
second.
see. You didn't see the animation.
No animation. He was just right back up. That's it.
I kind of forget that's a thing. That you're like on it.
No, I just found out about it a couple days ago when I was talking to him about it.
All right, here's this boss, Flaagra. Is that how you say it?
Yeah, Flaagra.
He kills this boss a lot faster than I did, but
Yeah.
there's gonna be some weird shenanigans that happen.
Yeah. So right now he's doing the boss fight properly, but that is the only time he does the boss fight properly.
Cheater.
This is probably the first boss in the game where it's like, okay, the game is a little more difficult than I originally thought.
Yeah. I guess like let's also think about this room conceptually. Like
Yeah, just a giant plant.
plant monster just can't move anywhere, can't go anywhere, just exists.
Yeah, he jumped on the outside of the morph ball area, and because the bomb's radius is enough to reach
Yeah.
it triggers the next phase.
Wow. So he doesn't have to like.
He doesn't have to like
Yeah.
shoot the
Wow, that's
the
huge.
solar panels.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can just run up to it,
That's
and that's it.
that's crazy. I'm kind of mad.
Yeah.
kind of mad watching that.
Because usually by this point, all 4 of those solar panels should be up and facing him, but
Now he will not be leaving the room, correct? Will he be?
so he needs to leave the room because this room is used later for getting the artifacts, and you have to go to a certain point to where it triggers the room change. So when he returns, the Chozo ghosts will be in the room, and then after he defeats them, he can get the artifact. So this next trick that he's going to do will enable him to basically get to the point where it changes, but then also return instantly.
Ah. Yeah, he does. I remember this trick. It's something he jumps on these solar panels. It's very interesting. I think.
Well, that's the backup strat.
That's the backup strat.
This one is the one that is where he's on the wall with the bug, and he has to morph ball.
Oh, okay,
up.
okay, that one, yeah. I see.
'Cause with that
that's the ending.
Yeah.
Oh, we also golded.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. 37 seconds ahead.
Honestly, if I was him, I would just do the backup strat.
Hey, that's a very good point. It looks like he's debating that.
We'll see in a moment.
He's gonna do it. I think he's gonna go for it. What are you gonna do?
The barrier suit. Go big or go home.
Go big or go home.
Go big or go home.
Flaagra was your favorite boss when you were a kid. You struggled with it. One of the first bosses. I was like, yeah, it was. I honestly, I played Metroid Prime a few times, but the latest with the remaster is when I actually sat down and beat it, and I remember Flaagra being really hard the first time. Oh, here we go.
This is it.
This is it. Come on. And he's got to get out of Morph Ball.
This is the hardest part.
Yeah. Hang in there. He's still got it.
Yeah.
He can still attempt. Don't fall, don't fall. Glad those bugs can catch you up. An unmorph. Losing health.
Yeah, he'll essentially do this until he dies.
Probably his last chance, right?
He's probably got 1 or 2 more chances, yeah.
Oh!
Oh!
Okay. This is it.
This will be it.
Clutch. Come on, Clutch City.
Oh.
Maybe one more?
Ah.
Dang.
Alright.
Does he go for it again, or does he like...
Well, no, because he never saved.
No, I mean like this next run. Is he going to attempt it again? Or
No,
is he
because I think he's going to go straight to the
backup.
The backup strat.
Yeah.
Because the backup strat is where, while he's in that room, he goes out of bounds.
Yeah.
And then he touches the water, and for some reason that makes you floaty. Then he can go back into that room, but then he just jumps down, and then he can jump back up.
Okay.
So,
All right. 3, 2, 1. We've got attempt number 2
Attempt
going
number 2
here.
is started.
If you enjoyed that first part of Metroid, well, get ready because we're about to do it.
Your
all
favorite part
over
is
again. Yes.
What? You know what this means?
What?
Grapple beam again.
Oh, you get to see.
We did it for
2
the
more
grapple
times.
beam. This is a special treat.
Yeah. Think of it as a blessing.
Blessing for grapple beam.
I kind of want to tell him just go for the YOLO strat again, but I want to see it happen, you know?
It is very hype when he does it.
Yeah.
I remember... Oh, trying to do the scan dash. There you go. Was it last time, or was it the second last time?
I don't think he got it
pulled
last
off?
time. It was the second to last.
Yeah, he pulled it
speedrun.
off and did it.
It was the first time that he had attempted it in a run, and we were like,
Yeah.
but he hasn't been able to get it since. That just goes to show you, even with more practice, how much harder it
It's
is.
such a difficult...
Yeah.
It's probably the most difficult trick in the entire run.
Yeah. Well, yeah, for sure. Definitely the most consequential.
Yeah.
As we can see. I have some of those like that in my runs too, where it's like, I don't know if it's the hardest one, but like there's some that are like, they will ruin your run if you don't get it right, and it's like, it's the nerves that get to you.
So what Metroid games have you played?
Let's see. Fusion was my first one. I've played Super Metroid. I don't remember if I've beaten it, or I think I beat Super Metroid. I've played Zero Mission.
My favorite.
Yeah. I've played Prime. I've played Dread. When I say played, I mean beat.
Mm-hmm.
I did not beat Samus Returns, or the one on the 3DS that came out not too long ago. I didn't really like that one. I didn't really know where to go, so
Yeah, it's kind of complicated.
Yeah. I've played a little bit of the OG. I haven't beaten that one either.
No, that one's just...
Yeah.
When you
Even
talk
with
about
save
games
states.
that have aged poorly, I mean, that one is...
Yeah.
Even then, when it was out, it was
Yeah.
not the best.
And I just got Metroid Prime 2 Echoes, so I'm excited to play that one.
Yeah,
And see.
that one's a good one. Which one of them has been your favorite so far?
Fusion.
Fusion?
Fusion, without a doubt.
I like it.
Yeah.
Fusion's a really good one.
Fusion's just so unique.
Yeah, it's definitely the most different of all the Metroid games.
Yeah. And then, I mean, maybe I just like the GBA style, but Zero Mission's really good
All
too.
right.
So those are probably my top two.
I like it. Those are good two top twos.
And then I would have to go Super Metroid. And then this one. Oh, wait, but Dread.
Oh, but Dread.
Oh, but Dread.
So do you prefer 2D Metroids over 3D ones?
Seems like it. Although I think I prefer Prime over Dread.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
I would have to agree. I think Prime is my second favorite Metroid.
The only thing is, I tell Ryan this all the time, but he gets mad at me. This game's too dark. There's so much dark corners. He gets so triggered when I tell him. He's gonna watch the VOD and be like, "Are you kidding me?"
I mean, it's all gray. I mean, where's the vibrant colors? Banjo-Kazooie, it's like green
Yeah, you
and
can see where you're going.
colorfulness. And
there's a lot of places you can't see, but it makes sense.
this one's just...
There's one room in particular where you're like underwater.
Oh, yeah.
Or it's not like is it underwater? Maybe
It's underwater.
Yeah. It's just dark and you're trying to like
yeah.
get back up to the top of some platforming thing. You're like, where is the platform I'm supposed to jump on?
Like, where am I going?
Oh my god, it made me so mad when I played it.
We got some more movement.
Some movement.
Some more movement.
More movement.
More movement.
Can you do the instant thing here?
No, it's usually when he's like in a small tunnel, like a morph ball tunnel. It's usually only when he's coming out of that he will have the opportunity to instant unmorph. Uses his last two missiles with turns.
Everybody get ready. Your favorite part's coming up.
Grapple beam.
Grapple beam.
That should be its own split, in my opinion.
You know what?
I petition for that.
Yeah, I think we talked to Ryan after this. How do y'all feel about Echoes? Personally, I didn't care for it. I have not played Echoes yet.
I played a good amount of it, but I never beaten it. I think there are things that the game does really well, but then I also think that there are things that they changed and I just didn't quite enjoy as much as I did when I played Prime. I know a lot of people like the ammo count in certain situations as to like make combat more interesting, but for me I just found it kind of like a nuisance. And then as well as the constant moving back and forth between the dark world and the light, I just found it kind of like an even more obnoxious version of backtracking.
I've got a name for this right here.
Okay.
Repoovement.
Grapoovement. Oh, look at that grapoovement. Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Goodbye, grapple beam.
Goodbye. Yeah, that's it. That's all
Never
you get.
to be seen again.
And now
we lose it forever.
Everything. What a useless power. Grapple beam does feel kind of like in the regular game, it feels kind of janky a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I always thought like, I guess like the grapple hook from Ocarina of Time was really satisfying.
Yeah.
And then also from GoldenEye, the grapple, I think they had like a grapple hook that you could just like shoot and like hang off of walls or something. I don't know. I didn't play a lot of GoldenEye, but I remember that specifically. Okay, almost out of there. That's around the same time it got
Yeah,
last
it was
time.
a slight. I think it was like 1 second
Yeah.
or 2 seconds lower.
1 second better than his worst ever.
It's a good way to think about it.
Yeah. But still on a good pace. I think, this is just really optimized and straightforward.
And if he can get those splits that he did with the charge beam and the bombs again, that'll be
Yeah.
really good.
And it really goes to like, he could only gain, like, if he had his worst split ever, he's only 6 seconds behind.
Right.
Which goes to show how straightforward and optimized it is.
Yeah, there's not too much you can do to optimize that route.
But we've got the space boots coming up again.
Again, the classic.
So we got the scan dash jump. Nice. First try.
I can't remember the last time I've not seen him do that first try.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking to myself, boy, it would really suck if he missed it.
I'm glad you didn't say that out loud.
Yeah.
That'll be a commentary curse right there.
Yeah. I wait until afterwards.
Yeah, right after.
Right. Now we've completely broken the game.
Yep.
And we're on our way to get Charge Beam. I think we do the weird Hornet boss for that. Right?
No, Charge Beam is before, because remember, the Hornets are for bombs.
Ah, yeah.
For some reason.
Right. Elevator cutscene. Which you get in Fusion also.
Yeah.
I guess you get in all of them?
Yeah, any game that has, any Metroid game that has elevators, you get a nice cutscene for it.
But Fusion does it well when they're like talking to you.
Yeah, she has her monologues.
Kind of very suspenseful.
Yeah.
Sometimes too much. Do you know if the 100% category has to scan everything?
No, they don't have to scan everything.
That would be a pain.
Yeah, especially because there is one enemy that if you do not scan it, they don't return. So if they just missed it, that just
Yikes. How far in the game is it?
I think it's pretty early. I think it's the it's actually the boss to get missiles, I believe. It's the because it dispenses a special type of hornet. Oh, the beetle made him mess up his missile.
Oh, we've got a potential for a instant unmorph, right? Soon?
No, because he's just gonna jump through it.
Okay.
Jump over it with the space jumps.
Right, of course.
Oh.
Oh, wait, he hasn't even gotten morph boy. Now he does.
And there's supposed to be a boss here, but he's just going to
Not.
just skip it.
Yeah, because he doesn't have to fight him. That's kind of hilarious.
So that's 2 bosses skipped.
Is this speedrunning or is it just cheating? I just want to know.
I think the line between those is very thin
Yeah.
for a lot of games.
Yeah, like Furnace Fun moves for Banjo. It's pretty cheating.
Yeah.
I hate setting up that thing. It's so annoying.
Yeah.
It takes like 5 minutes.
So he pauses the game to make the room load quicker. Because if he doesn't, the door would take longer to open.
Interesting. Yeah, I guess like they're the Wii, because he's running on GameCube, and I feel like before he's talked about like load times from doors on different consoles. So I wonder if running on GameCube is any.
Yeah, I'm curious as to it's the difference of the game with the consoles, like how well they run differently,
Yeah.
loading times and such.
Theoretically, it should be the same. I mean, I guess that's why he's fine running it. 'Cause
Yeah.
he wouldn't be running it if it was the same. But I figured.
Well, the GameCube is the one that is the most optimal for speedrunning because of certain tricks like the scan dash and others.
Oh, okay. Right.
Yeah. So maybe the Wii does load faster, but tricks like this is just much better as a time saving than.
Right.
There we go, and really golden split once again. There we go.
Wow, he's better paced
He,
than last time.
yeah, he kills it on this section.
That's got to be a breath of fresh air too. You know, you got to be like, oh man, did I really run that split from last time? But then come back and just gold again. Yeah, that's gotta feel good. Good luck, right, boy? What's up, Deal for Relio? Welcome back. I hope you're wearing any and all Metroid attire to manifest a good run.
Gotta shoot the door again.
And you got it. Nice.
We're gonna be hearing this music for a little bit.
Now it's time for our favorite boss. It's coming up. Can't stick around for long, unfortunately, going to a friend's wedding soon. No worries, no worries. This will be. Ready? No.
Unfortunate.
You need to get the Super Metroid shirt you saw online 2 years ago. I agree. How do you feel about this boss, Peter? We've been discussing about how weird this room is as a concept. that it even exists. Like, who made this room and why? And this has such a fatal flaw too. You know, you can just like destroy the hive by shooting it, right?
I mean, Ryan can with regular hives, but I guess this one's just special enough for it to not be destroyable for some reason.
Oh, okay.
Because usually with the other hives, you just missile it and they go away.
I'm glad this room boss are this way because it's interesting. We get to talk about how weird it is. Yeah. I agree. So I think that's going to be a theme throughout the run. We were also talking about we've been bringing the like bereavement and those kind of phrases over to this game. So we've got some movement
and
morphuvement, and then we had gripuvement. Gripuvement is my favorite so far.
Never to return.
Never to return. Yeah, we won't be using that anymore.
He's gonna have a killer split.
Wow. 39. Wow, 2 golds in a row. And dang.
That is insane.
Dang. Yeah, he should definitely take the backup strat.
Yeah.
Reprovement brings a smile to your weary face. You know, I'm pretty tired as well. Running this thing takes a lot out of me. But it's all worth it. Alright, so we've done the group. We're going to Flaagra, where this time we will be leaving the room. Alright, everybody. Who wants to leave the room? Hopefully that made Ryan smile, if he can hear me.
No, it's pretty quiet in there.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll be leaving the room, and
we'll be touching the water.
We'll be touching water.
To make us
not
floaty.
Grass. Fortunately.
No, we don't touch grass.
Yeah, we don't touch grass. You've been wanting to leave the room for years. It's better when everybody else is in the room because you're like, all right, who wants to leave the room?
Okay, I'll leave.
Fine.
You don't want me here? I'll go.
Say less. You know how they add like, this is random, but I'm just gonna say, you know how they add like literally everything to Fortnite? Like there's Futurama Fortnite.
Right, yeah, everything.
So like, you could do Samus.
That would be really cool if Nintendo would ever allow it.
Yeah.
Like, could you imagine like Cat and Falcon running up to someone and Falcon punching like Goku or
basically, yeah. Smash Bros. Fortnite.
Yep. Just the entire Smash Bros. Roster.
I think that would be pretty cool. Be attempting an epic, very difficult skip. He already attempted that and failed, so this is the second attempt. We gave him one mulligan attempt.
One freebie.
And so he will be using the room skipper.
He's lucky he did the L jump for that.
Yeah, that was close.
Yeah.
Ugh. Okay. He doesn't seem worried, because I was worried. Sad to hear that, but That's the way it goes sometimes. Yeah, I mean, like, he's saying that he can PB regardless of whether he does that strat or not. That's good to hear, and he's already had 2 golds.
Oh, instant unmorph right there.
Instant
Let's go!
unmorph. 1 second, baby.
1 second.
But he's had 2 golds, and he's already hugely ahead of his PB run. So I don't think it's going to be as bad as we think. He seemed pretty optimistic. Just for some context, because we have stats now, and we've already seen this fight.
Stats.
He has a potential to save, what was it, I think? I think this has a better 3-minute possible time save in meta Ridley alone.
Dude, it's a lot of time.
So there's some time saves to be had. I don't think I know how to say that. I know how to say gross. Owie? Owie gross? Oh. Is that how you say the name? Flaagra?
Phaagra?
Flaagra?
Phaagra?
Omelette du fromage?
Omelette du fromage?
Okay, so quick, kill this boss really quickly. It definitely, took me like 20 minutes.
Pretty sure I died to him, so.
Yeah. So, Farquaad.
Farquaad. Oh, the plants are blocking him.
But yeah, you'll notice, is he gonna do it after he gets the suit, right, still?
Yeah, he after he gets the various suit, then he, because it's the ledge that he has to jump to is right next to it, so.
Right. But after he gets the Varia suit, he's gonna take a little bit different route than he did last time. And that route being out of the bounds of this room.
Mm-hmm.
Which we were talking about is also a weird concept, but that's neither here nor there.
There's just a lot of weird things with this place. Good solid skip, 45 seconds.
Yeah, and he saved time there too, so that's really good. 45 seconds ahead, 15 seconds from a whole minute. And what I think the bomb skip, or what do you call that skip?
Yeah, we can
call it bomb skip.
We can call it bomb
that
skip.
saves him like 5 minutes, something roughly.
It depends on just how quick he can
do
this segment. And I know last time he did it first try, and it was just insanely smooth.
All right. Once this cutscene finishes, honestly though, I like this skip. Like, it looks more impressive than the other one.
It's just fun to see him go out.
It's slower, but it's like cool to watch.
Yeah.
So I think we're all in for a treat. Varia suit acquired. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, there's like a small invisible lip on that wall that he has to land on.
I too have a small.
Yeah, it's really hard to get.
Yeah, I imagine. Oh. Trying to get some movement going on here.
Oh, there we go. And now, because that thing is still down, even after the fight, he can jump on it.
This is so crazy to watch.
Oh.
He fell. You knew Kev was you. You know me too well. Just dangled it out there for me to just, much like the small. Sorry.
Oh, so now he's
okay.
Out of the maps box. So there we go.
Woo. Wow, this looks so weird. I love it.
He has to run up,
touch water,
and touch the water.
How does he know he touched it?
It should be a
physics change. maybe.
There should be like a little screen change where he's like in the water. Just like that.
Not happy about it.
Yeah, it took him a couple of tries to finally touch it. So now because of that, for some reason, Samus is now floaty. And therefore he is able to make further jumps.
Oh, nice. I think that's good. This is so cool.
And what's really interesting is that each place that he has to jump to is so specific. Like, the fact that they found it and like they know where to jump is insane.
What is happening here? Oh my gosh.
All the way to the top, and he's back in.
Cool. Awesome.
There we go. So now he's gonna go back into that little tower area, and then he's gonna jump down part of it, and then jump back up.
Right.
And then
All
he'll be able
right.
to get the artifact.
The run is live. You're happy to see Ryan with the Jeff Gordon hat once again in the spirit of going fast.
Going fast.
He's manifesting speed.
So now the room has triggered.
Oh yeah, he's still floaty.
Yeah.
That's crazy. How long does he stay floaty?
I think he's floating until he goes back into the water.
Ah,
So I think right now he's no longer floating.
interesting. Oh, because it resets. I see.
Yeah.
Sunglass Kev is giving you my. Yeah, I try. Cool guy. Okay, it's a little bit of a time loss on the split, probably because he fell a few times on the leaving the room.
And these Chozo ghosts are going to be a nuisance.
Yeah. They are a nuisance until you get the proper stuff to deal with them. Actually, they're just always kind of a nuisance.
They're my least favorite part of the game.
Yeah. I could get behind that. It did get to a point where I was playing this game and I heard this music and I was like, please stop. Like,
No more.
yeah. And it's also a very short loop, so
Yeah, it's
kind of drives me crazy.
not the best music for.
Yeah. Notice how dark the room is.
Yeah, everything's just.
It's supposed to be, Kevin. I'm just doing what Ryan would say right now.
Your Ryan impression.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Nice some movement.
All right.
But we got our first artifact, right?
Yeah. First of
Alright.
12.
First of 12 artifacts. Big time loss there, but
Yeah.
nothing we can't recover from, honestly. I mean, we've got the meta Ridley split alone would cover that if we just get everything properly. I think with the meta Ridley split too, there's such a big room for him to improve because I think he got like that one cycle thing with Ridley one time.
That with the boost ball trick.
Yeah. And so I think on his PB run he didn't get that and it was a little slow. So Samus can take fall damage?
And then she just makes a sound.
Oh. Doesn't hurt. It just It's too dark, he said, wearing sunglasses indoors. Very valid point. There have been a few times where I'm like trying to read something. But honestly, when I take these glasses off now, I'm like, oh, it's too bright in here. So I'm just like, this is what it is now. I'm acclimated. The flying books. Do they not look like library books when they're like...
Oh, I can, yeah, like
Yeah.
have like, what was it? Mario 64?
Yeah,
where
They just
the,
kinda, like,
booze
fly at
mansion,
you.
They just fly right at you. Oh. Our second artifact.
Easy money. Just right there.
Right. Okay.
Which you're not supposed to get at this point when you first get here.
Yeah. Well, it's supposed to be for you need super missile to open it up, but the devs I guess just didn't make it that way. You can just use regular missiles to open it.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So it's just a knowledge is power kind of moment.
Wow. I wasted all that time.
Because Ryan doesn't even get super missiles in this run.
Oh.
He'll skip it entirely.
But doesn't it help like some enemies die faster? But I guess it's just that much faster to not get it. Interesting. There's a power here too in this room, right? Flamethrower. There's like the flamethrower is like under the bridge somewhere.
That's the ice super missile one.
Oh, okay.
So with this one, he just used some ghetto jumps.
Oh, wow.
So that he can reach the most optimal height, so he can clip up to the wall. So another nice technique. Or
technique.
This game is very technical in its movement, with the combination of L jumps to have the most optimal speed, R jumps to even get the further distance, and then ghetto jumping to reach heights that you shouldn't reach.
Right.
Oh, instant unmorph. Let's go.
There we go. 1 second.
1 second. We need that.
The flamethrower plasma beam is the one in the room with this.
No, that's the that's power bomb. The flamethrower is in a room, one of the first rooms in the Phazon mines. That's behind a plasma door, I believe. Alright, so fun fact, Ryan can technically skip this cutscene, but he doesn't because the game and the speedrun itself runs on the in-game timer, and Samus actually moves during that cutscene. So instead of Ryan using up time to run to that spot, he uses the cutscene so that Samus can get there without using the in-game timer. Yep.
That's crazy.
So that actually saves time on the run.
Right, because they use the in-game timer.
Right.
Interesting.
There are 4 cutscenes in which Ryan just purposely does not skip the cutscene because of that.
Interesting. Wave beam will be coming up pretty shortly here.
I know he was struggling on the boss for the wave beam.
Oh, really?
Earlier, so once again he's going to use a ghetto jump. He just clipped off the wall up there so that he can reach optimal height, so that because you can't make that jump regardless.
Right.
If you even with space jump boots.
Boost ball.
Boost ball.
Use the boost to get through. GoldenEye and Perfect Dark are similar, and the enemies will walk around during the intro cutscenes, and you can strategically wait around until a certain point. Although I don't know if it affects the in-game timer.
Oh, little mess up. He was supposed to jump on a platform and then just jump right there, so he doesn't have to use boost ball.
Well, we got a backup strat.
Yeah.
Nice. I would have hit that. I would have hit both of those.
Tony Hawk on the pipe.
Yeah, it is kind of funny how much of an emphasis on like half pipes there are in this game.
Oh yeah.
He knew I was watching and wanted to give me the HPS. Yeah.
Unskippable
He's
cutscene.
always apologizing. That's funny.
Brought to you by Ridley.
Ridley. He's supposed to be dead here, right?
He's supposed to be dead throughout
But
the
we're
entire
like,
franchise.
What? Yeah, true.
There's so many times
It's
where like,
Ridley?
oh, Ridley's dead, and it's like next game's like, oh, he's here.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Ridley flying for Denver. That's not live Denver. Denver is pretty much as hot as it is here. Not as hot.
Uses the ice to get that.
The predicted high for today is 105. Hate it. I think I told Ryan I was just gonna somehow buy 2 homes, one in like Wisconsin and the other here, and just switch.
Migrate like a bird.
Yeah, basically.
Nice. So Ryan's using this trick so that he uses his first morph ball bomb before he gets her. Because those boxes respawn, and he sets it up to a way that he can get out before it respawns. But you got the first one, but you didn't get the second one, unfortunately, because that bomb messed him up.
So there's a part in the game that I kind of sent him, like, I saw it on Twitter or something like that, and I was like, oh, Ryan, you need to try this. Like, I saw this on Twitter. It's like a new Metroid Prime strat. And it's like this strat that saves a little bit of time and costs you, like, nothing during the maze. Mm-hmm. Do you know if you, like, practice that?
I'm not sure. I've not seen him.
It's like he can skip the entire maze.
Interesting.
It's like he, like, starts to go down into the maze and then bombs out. And then, like, triggers, I guess, whatever you need to get from the maze. It's interesting. Gotta go enjoy the last leg of SWS, and good luck once again to Ryebread. Thanks, P-Boy. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it as always. He's about to do the speed stuff, right?
Yeah, he's about to do the infinite speed trick, which is one of the probably the most interesting trick in this run.
Oh, gold split. There we go. They have 16 seconds. That'll help cut that time down. Use the C stick. Alright, here we go.
So he has to shoot that door, but it cannot open, because if it opens, the run is over. I know.
That would suck.
Alright, so right here, he's wedged between the wall and the box, and he's attempting to move. And the game is kind of making it to where Samus is able to move, but isn't registering it. So basically, she's building up speed.
I didn't get it.
No, he has to...
Okay.
We'll be able to tell when it starts to like slow a little bit.
He did mention that.
Yeah.
Once he starts going in slow motion, you'll be able to tell he did the...
That he pulled off the trick. So, doesn't seem like he got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. He has to like look at a specific point.
Do you know how many times he normally attempts it?
A couple of tries. This might be it.
Yeah, this is looking good. Oh, yeah, there we go.
So, Samus is continuously building up speed.
Right.
And this game has a max speed limit of how much she can be technically moving. Kind of like the Super Mario trick in 64, where he backs against the wall and he can go as fast as he can. Oh. But for this one, there's an actual limit. When Samus reaches that limit, you'll be able to tell, because the morph ball will lose its shell. Yeah. And he'll just be like an energy kind of form. When he's in that form and he boost balls, the game registers Samus as being in every aspect of the room. Meaning he interacts with every enemy, but also all the items. So he's going to use this trick to get a artifact that you have to get way later in the game. Right. So now we're everywhere in the room, and he can get hurt from... Yeah. There's actually I'm not going to do the curse. I'll say it afterwards. All right. Yeah. But when he's in this form, he cannot unmorph. Right. Because then it will cause a graphic glitch. Yeah. This is so weird. Which is why he needed to shoot that door prior. So We have achieved max speed, so right there, got the artifact.
Wow.
And he took a bunch of damage, but
Yikes.
not a bunch of damage. Not too much. Rolling, it looks so weird. Just keep moving.
And he's going super fast. Well, I guess.
So he's gonna boost ball one more time to get a missile expansion. There it is.
Interesting.
So
He just has to touch the door.
no, it's when he boost balled.
Oh.
Oh,
He's wincing about something.
there were some.
Okay.
So neither Ryan or I have seen this yet, but there's apparently like a 5% chance that every time he does the boost ball, it crashes the game.
Ah, wow.
So he does it twice, and I think he was wincing because of those little graphical glitches.
Woo.
It was
Can you imagine if you had to do it all over again?
yeah, I mean, like because you have to boost ball once for the run, at least.
But he would probably be like, "Oh man, got to do it again,"
Yeah.
and try to fix that 1 minute time loss.
All right, so right here he's going to do an R jump because
right.
usually you have to boost ball to build up a bridge, but right here he's able to make it because he's
Nice.
conserving that momentum. And we get yet another artifact. This is our fourth one, right?
Yes, either third or fourth.
Our fourth one. So we're already 1/3 of the
Dang.
way there.
Do kind of like this song, but it does get imprinted into your brain.
Magmore Caverns is my favorite area in this
Yeah.
game. Although it is kind of mean. Lots of fire and lava.
Yeah.
No,
Just use the
our
grapple
jump.
hook. The Krapuvement.
If only he had it.
Oof. You know, I feel kind of bad for the characters we use in like speedruns because we force them to just take damage sometimes.
Yeah.
Literally just forcing Samus to walk through fire.
I'm throwing my Pikmin to their deaths.
Yeah.
Some got blown up, others got crushed to death. It's
Eaten
brutal.
by a bird I saw. That was
Yeah.
brutal. That was like horrifying to watch.
It's just like, oh my goodness. For such a cute little game, too.
Yeah.
You see it and it's like, oh, it's cute. And then it's just like, they get blown up, drown.
Yeah.
It's,
It's rated E, right?
yeah. It's very cute.
Oh man. Okay, so we're getting Ice Beam.
Yeah.
Pretty important power up in the game. That I feel like it unlocks a lot. Allows you to do a lot.
Because a lot of the doors are
Yeah.
needed to be opened with Ice Beam.
That and just like I don't know. I guess like for a casual playthrough, Ice Beam was clutch because you could like freeze
Yeah.
stuff. Ice Beam was probably my favorite. I don't know if I liked Wave Beam.
Wave Beam was my favorite.
Really?
I liked it a lot.
I feel like at the very end of the game, it was just kind of hard to. That felt like the hardest one to use against the boss.
I didn't have to. You don't have to aim with it. That's why I liked it. I just looked at something and shot at it, and it
Maybe I'm thinking of a different one then.
maybe plasma beam.
Yeah, I think so. Wave, plasma, Phazon.
All sound the same.
Right.
Jumping on that little branch to the
Nice.
ledge. Just skip the room.
Made it look easy.
So here is going to use a another ghetto jump because usually you need the gravity suit,
Wow.
but he's going to. Oh, nice. He's just gonna quickly get that next artifact. I believe that's
5.
the life giver. Yeah.
5th one. We're almost halfway.
I think we're going to get the ice beam next, and then head back to Phendrana.
So the splits coming up, you think?
I'm not too sure.
'Cause he's got a long. He got 6 minutes.
Let's see what route he takes.
Let's also look at the stats here and see how this fares. So there's a little bit of variance here with his best being. What is this one? Oh, he said the best. He did it. Could be another gold.
Could be. I think with the route he's taking, I think we're on our way towards ice beam. So.
Okay.
Oh, we have another infinite speed.
Ah.
Okay.
There's 2? I thought there was only 1.
This is the second one, and I think it allows him to get power bomb, so he doesn't have to wait until going to Phazon Mines.
You see how he...
This one's good. First try.
Nice. Looks like that one's easier.
Yeah. We have to sit here for a full minute. That's the exact
Wow.
time it takes for Samus to build up the max speed.
You saw how he teased the grapple.
Yeah, he looked at it.
He looked
Yeah.
at it.
It's like,
Like,
"Grapoop me?" No.
Ah.
So you remember that door he shot with the missile?
Yes.
Earlier? This is where it comes into play. Because since you can't unmorph unless when you unmorph into a cutscene. So earlier he unmorphed onto the elevator pad, which triggered the cutscene, which saved the game from glitching out. So this time he's going to use that save station as a way to unmorph.
Oh. And the door stays open the entire time?
Well, the missile expansion thing is gone. So now he can just use regular bombs to open it.
Oh, okay.
So there we go.
Whoa.
Gets the power bomb. Touches all the lava in there.
Touch lava. You're really mad at someone instead of saying touch grass.
Touch lava, bro.
Oh, man.
So he just got rid of the infinite speed, but he still cannot unmorph.
Why is that?
So in that one spot in the room, the camera is actually in a fixed state. So he could unmorph, but he has to morph back in.
Right.
Immediately. But unmorphing and going back in gets rid of the infinite speed, but there's still the graphical glitch of the camera. So we still need to do the cutscene in order to do that.
Okay.
So now he can boost freely without worrying about, crashing the game. So there's the door.
You definitely don't want to crash the game. You crash the game, crash for real. Oh, does he get healed from that?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
There we go.
Nice.
And now we head towards the ice beam.
Hopefully we can save some time.
Yeah, it would be really nice if we get our gold split.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, this room again.
Some more movement.
More movement. He's going super fast with that. Wow, nice. Just. Could he have instant unmorph?
He could have. But he was boost balling, so
Yeah.
He's good. Nope, he didn't get it. Camera was a little changed. So that one's so weird. He just glitches up because you normally need spider ball to get up
Yeah.
But that one, I don't know
Are you kidding me?
I don't know how that works.
So does he ever get spider web?
No, he completely skips the boss, I believe. Yeah, there's a couple of bosses he just doesn't want to fight.
There's so many times where I was like, really, I have to get spider ball. If I had known.
Oh, nice R jump to reach that ledge. I tried doing R jump for the first time yesterday, and it was pretty difficult.
I think I remember him telling me one time that he like gave you and your other brother like a challenge in like Magmore Caverns or something.
Oh yeah, with when he was training, he can put himself into any room with a game, and so we were like, go into Magmore Caverns without the Varia suit because you'll constantly take damage.
Yeah.
And so the game was to go from one end to another and see if you can make it alive. And neither of us could, but then he does it because he uses the strats of
like
going up the walls.
Yeah.
So he did it, and we're like, okay, show off.
What a show off. Yeah, I remember him telling me about that one time. I was like, dang. Now, he probably only needs this one?
The plasma one leads to another artifact, so he'll have to come back here at some point.
But definitely not the ice one.
No.
Because one of them is just like a missile tank.
Yeah, I think it's an energy tank is what the ice one is.
Which for me, I was like, yeah, I want that. But for Ryan, it's like,
no, don't need it.
Too much time. I thought you were going to run, so I knew you really liked Fusion, so I thought you were going to run Fusion for this event.
I don't think I wanted to speedrun a Metroid game. I know for Ryan, this is his favorite game of all time.
Right.
But for me, I feel like if I had decided to speedrun a game, I wouldn't want it to be a game that I
get sick of.
Yeah, because I don't want to like have a different look at it.
Right.
So I chose Pikmin because I enjoyed Pikmin a lot.
Right.
And I enjoy the franchise, but it's also not a game that I hold a deep connection to.
Yeah, that makes sense. I definitely have a different look on Banjo now, but I think I still hold it with some endearment. It's just like I can't watch other people play it anymore. I'm like, please, for the love of God, go over there. Go to the left.
You're
just
doing it all
go
wrong.
to the left. Enter Talon Trot. But we got another gold split.
There we go.
We lost 10
making
seconds, so that's pretty good. We've had how many gold splits? 4?
I think, yeah.
That's pretty good. And then so his last PB run, he had 7 gold splits. So we're looking at a pretty good run here.
Yeah.
I think regardless of what happens, even if he doesn't PB somehow, it should be a good run.
Yeah, it should be very entertaining and
Fake wood. That's probably real wood.
he used that power bomb so that he could get here early.
Nice. We got some Tony Hawk movement. Toe movement.
Another missile expansion.
I really want to know, like, what was the inspiration behind a lot of the half-pipe stuff. That's something I'm very curious about. Does that happen in 2 Echoes?
Yeah, there's moments of it. I'm pretty sure it's just a good use for the boost ball.
Yeah.
So it's a way to build up speed.
I guess it remains to be seen that if that will be in Metroid Prime 4.
If that ever comes
if it
out.
ever comes out.
The next decade.
Yeah.
Maybe. Our next artifact. This will make us halfway, right? I believe this is our 6th one.
I'm losing count, but we were at 5, so at least halfway.
At least halfway.
If not more. We'll just say 6. Alright. Who's ready to get Plasma Beam?
It feels so weird getting it this early.
Yeah. Like one of the last things.
Alright, he's going to have to R jump to get there. Nice.
Nice jump.
That was the jump I did yesterday.
Oh, nice.
I managed to get it after...
Is it... does he normally get it in one try?
Yeah, he's pretty good at what I mean, he's constantly doing those L jumps. Every jump he says is basically like an L jump.
I think one thing to look out for he struggled with at one point, and maybe it was this run too, was I think it was the tower near the end. It might have been the meta release.
Oh, and the Metroid Prime in the Impact Crater.
It's where he's trying to go up a thing and he has to bomb himself. I don't know. Well, I'll know it when I see it.
Yeah, I wouldn't come across it.
Ice Beam. This has probably been discussed before, but what happens to Samus's body when we're in morph ball?
It's a science that people are still trying to figure out. So it's a long age question.
Yeah.
Just like, why can't Metroid crawl? Is another question.
It's just clearly it's a ball of energy, so.
Bones. Yeah, we saw it. I
Yeah.
mean, now we know what it looks like from the inside.
You basically just get quantum tunneled or something.
Oh, instant unmorph. Let's go.
Nice.
Full second. Love to see it.
So far that's 3?
Yeah, it was 3. 3 or 4 maybe.
Long time.
Yeah,
before.
those bigger areas is sick. Oh.
Oh. Is that good? Okay, he doesn't look worried.
Nice little scan dash off the base pirate to be able to get across, because normally you need a gravity suit, I think.
Oh yeah.
To move through that area.
Now we're gonna save. Just kidding.
Oh, we are saving.
Oh, we are saving. Not kidding. Just in case we die.
In case of our ultimate demise.
For some reason I thought he couldn't save. But you just can't die, I think. I love this song.
The music in this game is so good.
Yeah.
Besides that, Chozo goes.
Yeah. Phazuvement? Phazuvement?
Surprised I didn't get hit by any of those.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, or those.
Dodging and weaving.
Wow. This is a good run.
Okay.
Only thing that went wrong was what? The out of bounds, Flaagra.
Flaagra.
Yeah. Did lose quite a bit of time on that. But that's also to be expected because he didn't do the skip. So.
I know the reason he did save was because I think here he has to morph ball out. And it's a very hard thing to do, but he does it first try.
Ah, nice.
All right, okay.
Trying to make him hear me, but it's not. I was able to hear a few things here and there.
I only heard at the end when I played my run.
Yeah.
But so he needed as much energy as possible because you're just constantly losing damage, and if you didn't get it first try, it would take a little bit. But
Right. Right.
Seems like he did that very well. Now we
Alright,
are
we're just jumping on things we shouldn't be jumping on.
platforming on miscellaneous stuff.
Rocks.
A wall here, a pillar there.
AC unit.
AC.
That looks like it would hurt.
Yeah. On our way to plasma
Again,
beam.
Conceptually, what is this?
Because, I mean, I understand, like, if it has a function, but, like, how do you use it? 'Cause it seems like it's only meant for Samus to use. It's like, we have this boost ball thing. It's like, what's boost ball?
Yeah.
So,
I guess this is an entire playground for Samus.
and every door needs to be shot to be
Yeah.
open. So I'm like, can you
Real
just-
life just Oh, that's silly to think about.
glass doors would not be very useful if that was
It
the
would
case.
be awful.
Yeah.
I guess you could like shine a light on it. Light activated door. Also just inconvenient just having to do that every single time.
And the entire wall is covered in a spider ball.
I guess in theory, like, you don't have access to the door, so you're just blasting your through.
And just like that, we got plasma beam.
Alright, another huge time save.
Here we go. That was, that was...
Another gold split. We are just killing this run. I say we, it's mostly
Yeah.
Ryan, but
He's doing...
I feel
He's
like
doing like 40% of the work.
yeah, I think combined we're 60.
Yeah.
So that I think that's fair.
I'm 30, you're
Yeah,
30.
Right.
He does 40. We'll give him that. We'll
Yeah.
give him the 10%.
Because without us,
I know. Also, he actually doesn't skip the spider ball boss, because that's our next split.
oh okay.
I know some people in some certain runs they skip it.
Right. Yeah, I was gonna say I thought I remembered him getting a spider ball, but I was like, I'm probably just crazy. Again, that's where your 30% comes in.
Yeah.
My 30s and comedic value.
Improvement.
For improvement, yes. That's where I bring a lot of my value. But, if the pace continues, we could be seeing
Yeah, we
a
could.
negative or a time loss here. So that would be good.
That would be great.
Well, you get what I'm saying. Also, that looks like it wouldn't be comfy.
The things that Samus has to go through.
Yeah.
Unfortunate. It's so weird seeing plasma beam this early.
Yeah. I was just thinking that. I was like, I got that energy tank so late in the game.
I think we're about to fight our spider ball boss.
Big invisible monster.
But I think we're getting an artifact first.
Okay. I remember this room.
Yeah, I didn't like this room very much.
No.
Those Metroid hunters, they kind of scared me.
Yeah.
Nice R jump.
Nice. How does our jump work again?
So it combines using both the L trigger and the right trigger. So for the L trigger, it's basically used for the L jump. So you initiate your jump with the L, and then during your first jump, you hold the R, and in that, Samus will you can turn to either side. And doing that conserves all of your horizontal speed that you have, so that when you go into your second jump, you don't lose any of that.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
It's very tough to do because you have to first press the L button to do the first jump, then you have to let go, then you have to hold the R button, turn, then you have to let go of, then you have to repress the L to do your second jump.
Dang, and he's getting these every time.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's
I don't think he's missed one. Oh, God.
Oh boy.
Oh, boy, I've done it now.
Got our.
It was a good run while it lasted.
Sorry, Ryan.
Sorry.
power bomb expansions. Seven artifacts down.
I don't know what percentage that is, but it sounds nice.
Slightly more than 50%.
Yeah.
On 100, it's not 50.
Yeah.
That's the extent of my math capabilities.
But we've got some platforming here.
It's not a Metroid game unless you have some
Yeah.
platforming. Although it is more of a 2D aspect for Metroid than 3D.
What do you mean?
For platforming, because for 2D, since you can only go up or down or left or right, whereas this one you have a full directional thing.
Right.
Maps are usually more
I see what you mean.
vertical. Yeah.
You're saying it more traditional. It's normally 2D.
Yeah.
I see.
Wow, those things are brutal against.
Yeah. Okay.
About to meet some space pirates. He's entering this room backwards, actually. You're supposed to
Yeah.
start from the very top.
This room is also very dark, but it's supposed to be.
It's supposed to be because you get the thermal visor.
Yeah, which sucks.
I hate that visor.
Yeah. It's like, it's not, it's just not. Like you can see, but you also can't see. What was that?
That was a box because you're not supposed to usually enter that way.
Oh, okay.
You just have to destroy the box before you go through that door. Seems like he's trying to
I'm gonna do something.
just clip onto it, but the space parts are not being kind.
I see.
So we need Edward
Yep.
to break in that glass, to which he did. Edward the space pirate.
How do you know he's called Edward?
That's just the name that he was been given by the community, I believe.
Oh, okay.
So usually there's a glass that he just jumped through, but Edward would initiate the
Right.
breaking of it with his tantrum.
Convenient tantrum.
You know, Metroid moment right there. Can't
Finally.
have a Metroid game without
1 hour into
actual
the
Metroids.
game, which for a casual playthrough would have been a lot longer. You finally see the name of the game?
There it is. You don't actually play as Metroid.
Yeah.
To be fair, there's kind of a lot of franchises like that.
True. Zelda.
Zelda.
Pikmin. Okay, that's what I want to ask you. Is Olimar a Pikmin?
No.
What is Olimar?
He's a Hoctacation. I think that's what they're called. He's from the planet Hoctacate.
Okay.
So,
And oxygen is poisonous to him.
yes.
Okay. That's what I was trying to figure out. I was like, just take the helmet off of him.
That would instantly end my run.
Yeah. It would be funny if they had an option to do that.
Yeah, just remove helmet. So he just got the artifact, the 8th one. I'm trying to remember which one it was just called. I think it might have been Wild. Not sure.
I think it's Artifact of the Forgotten. I'm just kidding.
The artifact of I can't remember.
Yeah.
Now we have to go back, and as we were heading back, I believe he's going to get the thermal visor.
Ooh, energy tank though. Get a quick energy tank. You have to be really strategic about those and get those along the way because you want enough energy to fight the boss. And I feel like there are times where he makes determinations of like, should I get an energy tank? How far ahead am I? Am I already behind? Kind of trade-off.
How well can I do against the fight?
Yeah. How am I feeling right now? There's a lot of those things that you kind of have to ask yourself as a runner. Like, because I do that a lot in Banjo. I'm like, I've been missing so much. I don't want to miss more. I'm gonna take the save because
Yeah.
when I was running my game, oh, there's the new visor, by the way.
Yo.
When I was running, I was like, I'm taking all the safe strats. I'm doing all the safe stuff because I don't want to. I don't want to fuck it up.
Yeah. There was a moment in time in my Pikmin 1 where, because of a cutscene and I was on a bridge, Olimar glitched through and was in the water underneath the bridge. And I had to make it to where my Pikmin don't follow me in the water because then they would all drown. And then later on, I knew that was going to happen again. So I had to sit back and wait. Let them die. Let them drown. We got our thermal visor. Now we head to Thardus.
Still haven't seen him use the thermal. What does he use it for anything?
He needs to use it for the Metroid Prime fight. I'm not sure if there's any other point that he needs it.
Yeah, that checks out.
Yeah.
I think there's a boss coming up here. Yeah, it's Thardus.
Thardus. Big rock boy.
Yeah, this is the invisible rock thing.
So he does.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, with plasma beam, he's just going to. This is going to be a short fight.
Yeah, I use super missiles. I didn't have too much trouble with this boss, honestly.
He's more of a fun boss than a difficult one.
In the Omega Space Pirate.
Nice, you got the hit off.
I think it's a pretty cool boss. This is probably the coolest, and this is my favorite boss in the game. Reminds me a lot of Donkey Kong 64. There's a armadillo. There's a kind of a lot of bosses that are like this. Have you ever played that game?
No, I have not. I need to.
There's like an armadillo that kind of like rolls around with like guns on his back, and he just kind of like runs around and tries to shoot you. It's like one of the first bosses, if not the first boss.
Yeah, that looks cool.
Yeah.
Like just straight up guns or like cannons or something?
Yeah, they're like cannons, and they just shoot like fire bombs at you. Shoot them.
It's gotten very foggy in the arena.
From all some movement, kicking up a lot of the snow.
Well, even the boss is doing some more movement.
Very true. This is where we get Spider Ball? Yeah, okay. I see.
Because the only way out of the arena is with it. I'm glad that's going to be the biggest takeaway from me.
Yeah.
Even if Ryan.
So Ryan, how did you feel about your more movement and your your movement and some movement? Talk about that.
All right.
All right. Oh hey.
Oh, there we go. We're back.
Under PB pace. We're doing better than PB pace, so that's good.
We are back.
Another gold.
That gold split. How does he do it?
I don't know. That is because he golded last time. So there's a possible 10 seconds he could save here already. So it's kind of funny. These stats also say like if he practices for 24 hours, he could save 3 minutes.
That's a lot of hours for 3 minutes.
Or another good one is like 11 hours for I don't even know. This
30
is,
seconds.
yeah. It's like, yeah, totally worth it.
Okay. So it's funny that the next split is Power Bomb when he already has Power Bomb.
Yeah, why?
I guess it's just to when he does that room with the maze.
Oh.
So I guess when he goes through it, that'll just be the next split.
I actually want to see if he tries the maze strat, and if he doesn't.
I'm curious what it looks like.
If he doesn't, I'll have to ask him. I feel like that's something he hasn't practiced, because I don't know if he considered it. It doesn't lose you very much time at all, though. So like, it's kind of worth it to do, just to try.
Yeah.
And if you don't get it, then oh well. You go through the maze as normal. So we'll see if he tries to do it. Like the only thing that I think I know that you don't know.
Yeah, it is. That's part of your 30% right there.
Yeah, it accumulates. Elevator cutscene. Nice eluvement going on here.
Oh boy. We have entered the Phazon mine. He's entering it backwards as well, thanks to the power.
Oh right. Yeah, this place is pretty cool though. I do like all the Phazon stuff. It is
Definitely very eerie and creepy.
yeah, as dark as it is, I'll give it a pass for being cool.
Chance for instant unmorph, I think. There we go. Look at that.
1 second. That's 4.
All right. Yeah, that's 4 seconds right there.
There you go. Yeah, normally you use super missiles against this guy. I feel like I saw Ryan do it once, just kill him like pretty quickly.
I think Ryan's just not even.
Yeah, he's gonna skip it. Yeah, I don't think he fights him anymore.
Oh.
Unless he falls.
Oh. What's happening?
It doesn't look fun. Oh no. Is he okay?
I guess
though?
he got like glitched in between.
Yeah, it looked like he wasn't like on.
Yeah.
Nice.
Interesting. I like how that space pirate is just
Yeah.
not even worried about him. He's just doing his duty on the computer.
He's like, I'm in IT. Like,
Man, they don't pay me enough for
yeah.
bounty hunter.
See ya, yeah.
Yeah, you can go.
Nice move.
We're gonna listen to this music for a little bit, I think.
Oh god.
Oh, maybe not.
Oof.
Unfortunate door loading time.
Yeah.
It's like, please, please.
Back for more.
So with these guys, he's just constantly turning so that
Right.
they don't actually do any attacks. So here's the room for the power bomb.
Okay, yeah. Let's all watch
He's
closely.
in here a good minute ahead, too.
Yeah. Potential? You gonna try it? Oh, he tried it. He tried it. He made a face.
So what happens there? What's supposed
Basically,
to happen?
the bomb puts him back out and makes him jump back out, and he gets to skip the entire maze.
Really?
Yeah, and just go straight to the thing.
That's so interesting.
He can probably explain it in more detail afterwards, but that's about the extent that I know.
But look at that, 39 seconds. Wasn't
Yeah.
a gold skip, but
Yeah, I mean, it still saved time. He saved 4 of the 10 seconds.
yeah.
And that's probably what he lost when he didn't make that jump.
That's a really good strat to try and implement, though.
Yeah.
Using something to save you time but doesn't take up any time
Yeah,
to do.
exactly. It's like super worth it.
I'm curious as to what triggers the cutscene from playing when he does that.
I think I think the cutscene still plays, so like all the stuff appears, so you can just like you're on top of the maze now, and so you can just go over where the thing is and just somehow drop on top of it. I don't know. He can explain it better. I wonder if he's ever gotten it. That's another question for me to ask him. I feel really proud of myself for knowing this, but it was only because I saw it on Twitter. So.
X.
X. Yeah, you're right. Genius. That guy's a genius.
Oh, more space parts.
Yeah.
Unleash the wrath of Metroids on them.
But, you know, we've got more important things to do.
I completely forgot that he had the X-ray visor. It's been so long since he got it and used it. Oh, he got shot.
Yeah.
Oh, that's...
Oh, Metroid is too strong. Hey, spider ball. Oh god.
Please don't. The daunting thing to see.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ooh.
A little movement.
It's a movement. And an elevator.
But not cutscene.
Yeah,
Sorry.
why?
I don't know, it's one of the, I think there's
They're
two
just
of
like,
those.
I don't want to. Yeah.
It's not big enough of a, since it's
Yeah.
in the same area, they don't need a cutscene.
Okay. We got 119 right now. We're on the Omega Pirate split, so we're getting really close to the end.
It's probably my favorite part of the run.
Yeah.
Just seeing him one cycle the Omega Pirate.
Yeah.
Such a difficult boss for people, and then he just, the way that they just know how to defeat him so quickly. It's just-
Yeah, that's crazy. Well, also, doesn't he have to do some backtracking at some point to get some of the artifacts?
Yeah, there was an artifact in this room. So thankfully it's not too far, but
Yeah.
then there's another room in the Phazon mines where he has to defeat an enemy to get another artifact. And I believe after that he would only have 2 more artifacts to get, and then we will be on our way to fighting Ridley.
Yeah. Which could save us 3 minutes, potentially.
Potentially.
Speaking of saving 3 minutes, we are on the, Omega Pirate, which has a potential for a 16.4 second time save. So, I guess we'll look out for that.
And some wall jumps.
Yeah.
Nice. Even with those space pirates shooting him. Yeah, those, they're just gonna be a nuisance. He's gonna have to get rid of them. I think he's going to try and do an R jump here. Yep.
Nice.
There we go.
That, I saw the
Yeah, they are.
stuff happen this time. Whatever you want to call it.
So we are just 2 rooms. I don't know what
Words?
the bouncer was
Oh.
kind of taking a lunch break there. All right. Entering the Omega Pirate with.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay,
he does
back to normal.
that to skip the
Yeah.
cutscene, and so the Omega Pirate is just staying there.
Oh, this could be a huge time save, right?
Oh yeah.
If he's about to beat it, I don't know.
All right. Let's see what happens here.
Are you required to fight this boss?
Yes.
Okay.
You need the Phazon suit.
Oh, okay, yeah. How convenient, though. Ah, my one weakness. I like how he knew exactly where the Omega Fire was going to appear. Those are always fun when you're just like anticipating the exact location.
Nice. I think you got it. Nope.
Oh, it's still there.
There you go.
Nice,
You got it.
nice,
You got it. There we
nice.
go.
Split? Oh my god!
I think he's realizing it too. He's
Don't let it get to your head. But you just golded again.
2 minutes.
T-Glod?
Okay.
Dang, 2 minutes ahead and you still have the Meta Ridley split. Okay, so let's look at the. Okay, he had a gold split this last time he did Phazon Elite.
We have done the Omega Pirate. The Phazon Elite is for the
Yeah, you just did Omega Pirate.
Right. So we got the
Yeah, he can't say. Well, if he could gold again.
He could.
Yeah, but then after that is Meta Ridley, which. So we're looking at possible. Okay, so what's our time predictions here? Kind of cheating because we're most of the way through the run, but we've been doing this.
Oh, or the bets?
Yeah, we don't have to gamble anything. I don't know the next time I'm gonna see you, but let's just make like a best guess. I'm gonna say.
But we're gonna use in-game timer.
Oh right. I was just gonna use the real timer.
We can use whichever one.
Let's do real timer.
Okay.
Just to see, because that's the only thing we're gonna know.
Well, we'll see the in-game at the end.
Yeah, but I don't know how to know what pace he's on. I don't like understand like the correlation between like game time and real time.
Cutscenes do not account for
real
time.
Let's just do real time.
Alright, let's do.
Okay, so if the current pace stands, and let's say he just saves all 3 minutes in Meta Ridley. So we're looking at like 5:11 there, and then about. Okay, so I'm gonna say 1:51 in game time.
In-game time?
Or real time.
Real
Real
time.
time, real time.
151?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say 155.
Okay. All right, we'll see.
We'll see.
And then I guess what is his best end game timer? 1:30?
Yeah, I believe it's
1:30 flat.
130 something.
Let's say 1:25.
I'm gonna say 127.
127. All right, let's see what happens.
We'll see.
Is 130 flat? Do you just happen to get 130 flat, or is it just on?
So it doesn't show seconds.
Ah, okay.
But it does actually, in the game itself, the timer actually does go 3 decimals into seconds.
How can you tell? Don't.
They just know that from the code. So they know that the in-game timer is very accurate, but they just don't have the time for seconds and put it into it. So the tiebreaker, so let's say if 2 speedrunners have the same in-game timer, the real time would be the tiebreaker for between the two of them.
Right. Let's go, Ryebread.
Free energy tank.
Come on, door. We're also, I think, coming up on the split that I was talking about earlier, where he kind of fell. It's probably after the split, actually, the Meta Ridley. I think that's why he has the 3-minute time loss. But I'll be on the lookout for that one too.
Mm-hmm.
fast.
He just zoomed through it. Didn't have a chance to even instant unmorph.
The Phazon suit looks really cool.
So there's actually I just learned about this. There's actually a giant wall that will trigger a cutscene, and if that does trigger, a force field will form. So he couldn't go past that because there'll be a force field, and he had to do the entire fight. But he just gets over it so that he can go past the
Probably
trigger.
it saves him a lot of
Oh
time.
yeah, because I mean, there's a whole
Yeah.
cutscene, there's the whole fight. So that was a huge,
Some movement moment.
very good some movement. And you use the ghetto jump and the L jump to get over that.
Another non-cutscene elevator.
Yup. It's the second one.
Movement. Everybody's probably so sick of us saying that. Oh man.
Like, oh, please no.
Somebody kill that guy on the mic.
That was the room that has grapple beam right next to it. But we're not going to waste our time on that.
Door? Hello?
Yes. So there's actually a wall there, but he's entering it the wrong way. So
okay.
he's going to try and just like that. He's got a boost ball through it. So that was what he just went through. The
What's happening?
lots of fire.
He just fell down, I see.
So this is the elite pirate that he has to defeat to get the second.
So we got another split.
This one will be pretty good too.
Yeah, because he can't.
Yeah, he just can't fight.
If I ever play again, I'm using this.
Oh, he ran out of missiles.
Oof.
Still a good time.
Hey,
there we
got
go.
another freaking Glod. We got almost 3 minutes, and now this is the split where he could potentially save 3 minutes.
Man. Besides that Flaagra split, this has been
Yeah.
one hell of a speed run.
Yeah, it's been a really good run. I mean, he's almost had a gold on every split. It's been, yeah, there's only been a couple that he hasn't had a good split on. That's crazy. No matter what happens, it's already a good run. He should feel confident about, you know, having it in the bag, because it's like, at this point, it's guaranteed good run. Unless, like,
It's just knock on wood.
yeah. I'm gonna say, like, you know, like game crashes or something. Okay, this is the room, I think, where he does. Like,
Oh yeah.
He lost time to it last time. He struggles with it occasionally.
And I bet the Metroids are not a pleasant company.
Okay, like, you know.
Or Metroids. Name of the franchise and they're reduced to nothing.
Nobody likes him.
Oh. Nice. One more, I believe.
Not done yet, yeah.
I believe that one.
Nice.
Yeah, that one is the hardest jump, you said.
Yeah. He struggled with that one for a bit.
Very nicely done. Only one mess up, and got it.
Got some more. I'm just gonna stop.
Nice little scan dash.
Yep.
Cutscene. Skipped it.
That one could be cool. Skadoovement.
Good movement.
Skadoof. But yeah, so met Ridley, I guess, in a bit, honestly.
We are headed back to get the second last artifact. And treasure ruins with the plasma beam slot.
Right. How many do we have?
We have 10.
10, okay. We just need 2 more. Cool.
And then the last one is located where the Ridley fight is, so.
Yeah. Then we gotta fight Ridley.
We
and
fight
then we
Ridley
gotta fight
again. And then,
yeah.
oh boy, Ridley.
He's just so big.
He is big. And yet he's in Smash.
Yeah. He's as tall as Ganon, basically. Means Ganon's huge.
Yeah.
More elevator cutscene.
Nice look at the Phazon suit.
Yep. I do kind of want to see the fusion suit in this game. See what it looks like. And I did so much more in that room than he does in this game.
Yeah.
The whole half pipe thing.
Yeah,
where
he
they
doesn't even
hate
do the
you.
high five. Nice. Oh, he didn't shoot it.
Favorite song.
I'm gonna listen to this on the 3-hour car drive home.
Yeah,
or-
just
or
that.
just this.
That would be amazing.
I don't know if amazing is the word. I would use.
Torture.
Yeah, it's definitely something.
Yeah, if you're really mad at somebody,
Just
just force them to listen to this. Ryan, I hope when you go back and look at this footage that you're enjoying this commentary movement.
yeah, I can't wait for him to start saying those as well.
Yeah.
Luckily, that artifact is not too far of a walk to get to.
Yeah. We got one more, right?
Yeah. So we're just heading straight to Ridley now.
Open door. Elevator cutscene.
This should be the last one.
You know, I'm gonna miss it. The
That
visor-
The close up of Samus's face.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss it almost as much as the grapple beam. But these things, they come, they go.
Nothing great lasts forever.
Exactly.
And Sonomorph, let's go.
Nice. 5 seconds now. Get that unlocked. That one didn't work.
Are doing their scan dash on him.
Nice.
I'm curious if he's going to heal at the ship or not. Yep.
Yeah. But better safe than sorry.
He's going to have to boost ball into Ridley for this next fight, so he needs all the health he can get.
Don't we all? You know. Gotta get that last artifact.
The artifact of truth. For those who truly seek it. I think that's what it says. Typical cutscene.
Jigsaw puzzle. Door cannot be opened
With that weapon.
Yes, it can. All right.
So we are here
Last artifact.
almost 9 minutes early.
Wow.
So let's
See how this Ridley fight goes.
everyone's favorite.
Now there is a 1 cycle thing here, right?
So he's going to try and time it with the boost ball because right when Ridley flies over, there's going to be a single point where his frame will be able to be hit.
Okay.
But it didn't seem like he got it. It's very hard to time.
Yeah.
So here he's going to.
I'm not sure what's happening, but it looks
He boost balled into Ridley a bunch of times.
Ah.
So now his
health is down.
health is really down and we're initiated the
I see.
last part of the fight.
So you can actually get him down to a health where he can like be killed in 1 shot. I
So-
see.
So let's go.
Nice.
He's got the free aim.
Oh, yeah.
Really hard thing to do.
Yeah.
Oh, this hand blocked
That
it.
was close.
It was right on target, but the hand was there. Nice.
Nice. Nice. Oh, just missed it. His hand keeps blocking. Come on, get him.
Almost. Here we go.
Let's go.
There
Let's go.
it is. 6:33.
Dang.
Talk about those 3 minutes. Saved
Yeah.
right there.
That's more than 3 minutes.
Holy cow.
Dang. That is, yeah, that's almost 4 minutes. It's like 20 seconds shy of 4 minutes. Nice. They're free now.
Thank you, Samus.
We designed those rooms just for you.
We knew you would come. The prophecy was foretold.
One of them's like, I knew putting the thing in those generators that could spin upwards was a good idea. You guys laughed at me.
Now Ryan's going to try and do a new strat here. Usually he'll just walk up the room, go up the room normally, but there's a new way of going up the wall here.
I hate this room.
Oh, nice. That was a really hard ghetto jump right there. Wow. First try. He was practicing this right before the run started.
Wow.
Oh man. Oh,
man.
a little surprised by the Metroid. All right.
Wow.
That was crazy.
Not out of the woods yet, though.
Here we go. The big guy himself.
I say 151. That was my prediction, and then 125 is the game time. Wait, one.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Because I think I was 127.
Yeah.
Which with this pace, I think he might
Be
Wait.
close. It'll be close. He might beat the time I
be. Yeah,
said.
yeah. I was like, he might be just under both of us. So with this one, the only little cheesing you can do for this fight is just have him spam the
Yeah.
attack.
I believe the next part of the fight is where it gets kind of.
There's some good techniques that you can use to make the fight a lot.
And this fight takes forever.
Yeah, it's just a very tedious fight.
So grab a snack, folks.
We'll be here for like a few minutes.
going down to the next level, where you can hide underneath the charge attack. Is it RNG on what color he changes to? Or?
I think there is a set.
Okay.
Nice.
Is that good?
Yeah, so at the last, when he's charging, there's a few frames where you can get a shot off on his eyes.
Yeah.
You have to sacrifice a bit of health, but it's worth the quick
Time
extra.
save, yeah.
Oh, he does it twice.
Wow. He's really quick to switch beams.
Yeah.
It took me like forever to like switch the beam and then like.
Get rid of those. I think we're not yet to the next phase. Next level.
Does all of the health deplete when Exo is done, or?
Yeah, so Exo has a full
Jeez.
health thing.
Yeah.
And then.
That's not like hurting him at all.
No, it's good to drag him towards it so that he'll do like an attack, but just gets out of the way. That move always got me. I didn't know how to go away from it.
Yeah.
Did you do it? Missed that one. That's okay.
Seeing him do this after I beat it is nice for context.
Mm-hmm. The unfortunate flinching.
Yeah. Oh man. It's crazy how like even a speedrunner it takes a pretty long time to kill this
Yeah,
boss.
it's just such a
Tank.
annoying, yeah. It takes a lot.
It's the only way to describe it. And it's like not much of a mix-up either.
No, it's just the same thing over
Yeah.
and over. It's not the best final boss.
Yeah.
He's cool looking, but
Yeah, I agree with that. Like we're getting there though.
almost there. This is the last one, I believe.
Sweet. No, I didn't get that one. We got a lot of health. I would be like dead right now. So do you know if like the practice mod, if he can like teleport here with like the regular suit?
Oh yeah, you can go into anything with any items.
That would. I wonder how fast he would die.
Yes. Wouldn't be an easy fight. Almost there.
Close.
This could be it. Phazon should do enough damage. Oh, he switched.
That's it.
Oh,
Wow.
he is not make. Oh, and
Oh.
he is really trying to make this drag out
Yeah.
as long as he can. There we go.
There we go. Nice.
14.
Wow. Another gold. 8 minutes.
This is gonna be it.
Oh my gosh. But this last part's pretty hard, right?
I don't know. I'm not sure how much he struggles with this part. So
I know he tries to get it in certain cycles.
So he's going to try and time his Phazon beam so that it skips Metroid Prime's attacks, and then when he's done, Metroid Prime should just make another pool of Phazon, which would then just allow him to do it again and again. to make the fight go very quickly.
He might get sub 150 here. It's very possible. Sub 150 hype.
Oh.
It is very hard to tell what's going on.
Yeah. So he's timing it so that hopefully by the time it's done, he's just gonna make another pool.
Right.
Because really, you can just spam it as fast as you can.
Right. But he's canceling his attacks.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it was right off the dot, but looks like eventually you got it. And he's just right in his face. Little jump scare for anyone watching. Like that, he just skipped it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the visors don't really make it look like a visual pleasing fight.
Yeah.
And just like that, he's skipped the next phase. We got a little bit of Metroids.
Yeah, those freaking Metroids.
Now with this one, he should do the going in and out trick. So he's leaving the pool right when he shoots, so it doesn't use up the pool's actual usage.
Ah.
So you can just do this until the fight's over.
Wow, that's crazy.
So that's it. Hey!
Let's go!
Wow, let's go!
Holy cow! You destroyed that run.
149.10.
Oh man, 151 was close.
He took our times and spat on it.
Yeah.
He's like, nuh-uh.
Dang. So what in-game timer?
What we're gonna look at here? We'll see.
Yeah.
It's definitely not gonna be 127.
Or 125. It should be like close to 120.
Yeah.
I'm guessing. Wow. That was such a good run. Give it up for Ryebread in the chat.
Let's go.
That was an amazing run. What a way to finish off the event entirely.
Like, how many gold splits was that? Like, besides the Flaagra one, that was the plus. Everything else was like a gold split.
I think there was like
one
2 or
green,
3.
Yeah, there might have been like one green one.
Yeah, but everything was mostly. Yeah, that's crazy.
That was.
Just imagine if he got the skip.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Got to be happy with himself after that one.
Oh, yeah.
There's no way he's smiling on the inside now.
He's smiling right now.
Yeah. All the manifestation ended up working out
It worked
today.
for Metroid's birthday too.
Yeah. See what we get?
Skips it so we don't see.
Cruel.
124. Oh, he's got the hat.
I had 125. It was close.
You were close.
Wow.
So
124, 149 in-game time.
Oh man.
I don't know where that puts him, but that's pretty impressive.
That is photo worthy right there.
Wow. And that's gonna do it. It was good commentating with you.
Thank you. It's a
That was
pleasure.
fun.
Glad to be here this
yeah.
year. It was a great experience. I'm glad.
Yeah, we're glad to have you.
Oh
Let's
man!
Oh man!
Congratulations. How much of a PB was that for?
6 minutes.
So it was 130.
It was 1:30.
That's what I
Officially,
thought,
officially, yes.
Oh man.
All
Alright.
Yeah, you're good. Well,
Oh, I knew this hat
well.
would come in clutch.
Yeah. Mr.
How about
Ryebread.
that?
What
Woo!
a crazy run.
Oh boy.
I would say, let's ask what you did, like what you felt like you could do better, what you feel like you didn't do so well on, what you did well on, but it's like you pretty much did well the entire run.
For the most part, I didn't make any egregious errors.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, there were a couple little platforming sections that it took me the second try.
Flaagra
But-
was the biggest one.
Yeah, that was a little weird. I tried to, if you notice, I try to manipulate him to the left so he doesn't put that wall of plants in the way. That's why I have him go to the left. I didn't do that successfully the second time, and he had that wall of plants in my way. Luckily, with the double jump, or the space jump, I could jump over it, but
Right.
that was a little rough. And so, shame that I missed the fast strat, the infinite bomb jump, going back up. I thought
Yeah.
I had it for a split second, and just
You were close one
close. I
time.
was close one time.
But I think this was a better run everywhere else.
Absolutely, that was my goal.
That
My
was-
goal was I'm not going to rely on this fast strat. It's not fun practicing. I have way more fun just playing the game. And so I was
Yeah.
like, I have so many areas I could improve on. I can do way better at it, and you saw it. That's what I did. And so I think I gold splitted most of the run except 2 parts.
Like 2 or 3.
And so
That's crazy.
yeah, the escape, obviously the artifact. Well, I'm not going to with the slow strat. Unfortunately, the slow strat, I missed some of those jumps the first time. That
Yeah.
stunk when I missed that. So I could have done that faster, but that was
I mean,
Ghost
for
me.
the most part.
Yeah,
Other than like
I'm
minor
excited.
things, like
I'm excited.
yeah, that was an awesome run.
Yeah, I skipped the Phazon pirate. Oh my gosh, the Omega pirate! I almost choked that. I thought I lost it because he was supposed to die that third pool, and he wasn't dead. That means I didn't fully charge one of my plasma beams all the way when I fired it, because it has to be fully charged each time. But you want to fire as fast as you can, so it's and I didn't do it, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have low health. I don't have the missiles. If I don't one cycle him, I might die and my run's over.
Right.
And I just shot, and luckily he collapsed. I had a heart attack there.
Yeah.
Thank the Lord that Omega Pirate was one cycle. Oh,
Yeah.
I almost dropped that hard. So
talk about we went over. I was trying to explain to Jason because
sure.
I knew basically one trick that he didn't know, and that was the maze trick. And I
tried.
saw you attempt it, and I was proud, and I was like, I know that trick, and I knew it was coming, but I want to ask, like, how exactly does it work again? Like, can you explain?
Yeah, thanks, Steel Flutter, by the way. I see some of the comments for the first time. So what it is that when you enter that maze, the maze activates. But if you, like, swing around the side, lay a bomb, and then come back in, and hopefully when the bomb explodes, you're not all the way in the maze. You pop back up before the thing closes, and you skip the maze. It's really hard. I tried every run. I haven't gotten it yet. Maybe I'll get it one day.
Ever? Like,
Ever.
even
I haven't-
practicing?
I haven't practiced it. I just do it every time in the run now.
Right.
That's what I do. And so, and if I miss it, it's I lose
Right,
1 second.
exactly.
So I lose 1 second. So it's like, okay, I'm just gonna go for it every time.
I just want to see
So,
what it looks like.
Yeah. And so.
Because do you just drop down on top of it, or?
So it's kind of like this. So let me get the camera. So here it is. Go in. You pop back up. Basically.
Right.
That's kind of how it is.
Yeah, you pop back out of the hole, but like, how do you?
And it closes once because it thinks that you entered, and so
Right.
the thing closes to try to keep you trapped in there.
Right.
But you came back up at the last second before it closes. And
Right.
so now it's closed. You
But
can
how
just
do you
power
get-
bomb.
How do you get the power bombs? When
I think you just run into it. Just
Oh,
straight up.
okay.
I don't know for sure because I've never done it.
Okay.
So I'm pretty sure you just
We need to attempt that.
just run into it. I would love to get that someday.
Awesome.
So yeah.
Well,
That was great.
great run. Hope you
you.
liked our commentary when you go back to look
I
at it.
can't wait to watch. And
It is,
so
it's pretty funny.
thank you for dealing with the reset. I really
Oh,
appreciate.
yes, no problem.
Oh man, the chosen ghosts are such butts.
Yeah.
And that artifact, I couldn't find them. I was like, oh, please. So that
Yeah.
that took forever too. But
The manifestation worked here as
there
well.
it is. You're 2 for 2 with that
I am,
today.
I am.
Awesome. So,
Well,
whew.
I guess that's going to do it for the entire event.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank